Indeed. And greetings upon you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for bearing with me, sharing another moment with me, for sharing your light with me, and in turn allowing me to share my light with you. I appreciate I appreciate you finding yourself in the space with me. Today is one of those days, where I'm just feeling. Just feeling. Like I had this beautiful opportunity to chat with Ryan a little bit about this before today's stream, and my initial way of phrasing how I'm feeling is anxious. Like I have this low hum anxiety that is gnawing at me. But then as I was like trying to find what it is I'm feeling, I just found that I'm just feeling. Feeling lots of stuffs, and that's a good thing. It's okay to feel lots of stuffs. So bear with me, friends, as we feel lots of stuffs and as we talk about sharing our light. How sharing your light, sharing your talent, sharing your fascination of the world can in turn allow others to do the same. And just the power of that. You, as a soul, as a divine spark of consciousness, are deliberately choosing to create forms of communication. You are constantly and only creating forms through which you communicate. Communication, then, is the attempt to rest in communion with creation. Communication is creation. For what I seek to convey reveals what I believe is the truth of myself to the world. What I convey reveals the truth of myself to the world. That's a difficult one, huh? A little bit of a yikes. Because we flux, we ebb and flow into different parts of ourselves. And sometimes we show parts of ourselves that we don't necessarily have pride in, parts of ourselves that we don't necessarily feel serves us. And I had a good day technically, all things considered. It seems like I saw like it did a little bit of a disconnect there, but I don't know if it's still working. Hey Shannon, thank you for joining me. I'm sorry to hear you're feeling the same. At least we get to feel together, we get to feel through this feeling together, and we'll see how it is on the other side of it. I'm also, the plan is at least to not be smoking weed again for the foreseeable future. And that isn't necessarily making me anxious, but it is already something that I had to consciously pay attention to, where I was like, no, we're not doing that now. But, but, but higher self, body wants some endocannabinoids. No, no endocannabinoids for you. I don't even know if the Reddit is working, or maybe just the comments are broken for a little bit. I did a little bit of a reboot of the Reddit. Let's see if it's working now. Lane, hello to you, brother Bear. It's nice to have you here. Isaac, do you let me know if the Reddit is actually working? It seems to be working, but it might be bamboozling me. Good morning, fellow humans. I hope all is falling into place today. Let's breathe more homeostasis. Yes, feeling together with friends brings comfort. It does. It can bring comfort and it can bring anxiety in some people as well, Shannon. And I feel the Reddit's title is perfect for that. Like there's nothing that we need to do other than be ourselves. Like we can discuss these things, we can feel certain ways, and then we can discuss these things and feel certain ways with others. And then there can be this sense of expectation, this sense of now what, this feeling of okay, this is how it's supposed to be. Maybe if we can do this, maybe if we can do that. And it can create so much tension inside of us that it robs us of our light. It disables our ability to actually do things that we want to. And regardless of how I'm feeling today, even though I am feeling a little bit lower, if you will, I had a good day. I still, got my hour of exercise. I still finished my work. I still cooked and ate a good meal. I still drank water. I still had a cold shower. Like I'm doing things right, Like whatever doing things right is supposed to be. And yet still, doing everything right, you can feel like something's wrong. And that feeling can be so jarring. Where you're trying to be in a state of stillness and you have this burning feeling inside of you that something's wrong. I don't know what, but something's amiss. But you're breathing. Your heart is beating. Your light, your conscious light is shining. Isaac, I do believe that the Reddit comments are broken. At least what it looks like. I'm sorry, friends. I'll restart the stream in a bit, and then we can see if it actually will work on the other side. How about that? Thank you for bearing with me. Yes, feeling together with friends. Absolutely. Allow ourselves to be ourselves and allow others to be themselves and just be. This is the way. What is love without time or words, without kindness, but a flower with no sun and no rain? That's beautiful, Isaac. I like that. Thank you for sharing in this moment with me, Shannon. I can see comments still coming in. I can see comments still coming in on Reddit. I'm gonna try. Dude, I see you, friends. I see you. Like, I know that you are here with me. But right now, Reddit won't allow me to see your comments. So, a part of me wants to restart the stream and then find myself on the other side being able to read your comments, and a part of me wants to share this moment with you. And usually, the start of these streams, I don't read comments because we are going to do a little bit of reflection. Okay? You down? You want to reflect a little bit? So, you can think of it as chakras if you want to. You can think of it as different parts of yourself that are always there and have just been identified and labeled, as these different parts of yourself. So within the chakra understanding, you have a root. So something that roots you to your world, to your body, to your physical existence, to your stability. And the second layer is your sacral. It is the part of you that's emotional, the part of you that is sexual, the part of you that is creative. Right? Think about all of those implications. Then it goes into your solar plexus, your willpower, the yellow part of yourself that just shines energy into the world. The things you can do, the things you have willed yourself to do. Then it goes to the heart, compassion, love for yourself and for the ones around you, for your animals, for your trees, for your plants. Just that genuine compassion of knowing that there is spirit, soul, love, light in everything. Bringing it up to your throat, thinking of what you want to say, what you want to hear, what you want to be able to express to the world, and how you would want to be a listener, really listening, not just hearing, but actually listening. Then it goes to intuition, your third eye, if you will, your ability to see things that aren't even within this plane of existence, that are within the planes of mind. And then finally, and there are potentially more chakras than just these. And again, these don't have to be taken as dogma, like, oh, Mel says so and so must be the truth. No, these are understandings, right? Like mental ideas that have a little fractal attached to it. And that little fractal that's attached to it can be easily recognizable in comparison to all of these complex humannesses, right? And then the last one is the crown. Literally almost like a flower growing out the top of your head, receiving light from above. And with that flower, you are connected to everything. Like it's this understanding of unity, this understanding of non-separation. So you down? I mean, a lot of you were like, hell nah. I ain't gonna have none of that self reflections. And that's okay. That's completely okay. But you frames that are willing to stay, let's get into it. We'll start by just taking a deep breath. Just like really taking a deep breath, feeling into this current moment, being able to breathe, feeling so supported, feeling so secure that you know you will have the next breath. You know, you exhaling this breath that you just inhaled, you don't have to lament or be anxious about, because as soon as you have exhaled that breath, your next breath is there already waiting for you. Feel into that security of yourself. Feel into the security of your breath, feel into the security of your current body, where it is you're sitting or standing, where it is you find yourself in your environment, where it is you find yourself in your state or your city or your town, your country, your planet. See that beautiful little sphere staring right back at you. And see yourself in that. Zoom back in, see yourself again, in the context of your loved ones, in the context of the people that you share emotion with, in the context that you share creativity, and just ask yourself how you feel about these parts of yourself. How has your emotions been treating you as of late? How has your emotions led to your relationships being influenced? How has your creative ability led to your relationships being influenced? Has it been something that's positive? Has it been something that's negative? Has it been something that's just perfectly neutral? Not feeling like there's anything to be changed, not feeling like there's anything to be judged, but just be. Just be with those things. Take a deep breath. Try to consciously, every breath that you take, breathe your full breath, as in the full range of motion that there is capable, that there is available to you. Realizing that in this moment, you have just taken conscious control over breath. Your willpower is so powerful that you can take conscious control over the very thing that allows you life. That with that willpower in this moment, you are choosing life. You're choosing to be alive, you're choosing to breathe the next breath, you're choosing to be instead of choosing not to be. Realize that you have the ability to say things that can influence the ones you love, can influence the ones you hate. Realize that you can hear, you can listen, and in listening, you can experience beautiful fractals of love, horrible fractals of hatred. And just in this moment, realizing that you can choose to share loving fractals of another person, you bringing your light to a conversation brings light into another person, literally, on an actual level. All right? If I say, imagine a beautiful star and wonderful planets, very intricate, colorful planets circling this star. In your mind, you have created light. You have created an experience that wasn't before hearing those words. And just in this moment, believing that you have the power to create worlds, entire solar systems, within another person's mind. And you don't need to, but you can. And by doing so, by sharing your light, by sharing your truth in your heart, you are empowering others to do the exact same. with a few friends in this moment. I ask for the intuition, for the insight, for the ability to see what needs to be said, asking for the ability to be aware, to see things even if they might not be obviously right in front of me, and to look at them from a place of lovingness, from a place of acceptance, from a place of realization. And with that realization in mind, just to realize that you are interconnected, friends, that you are never separate, that you are never lacking, but actually everything. This experience you're having is a divine one, and you have done it. Here you are, experiencing your experience. How crazy is that? Thank you for being willing to spend a moment of experience here with me today, friends. And even if this is all you needed, thank you for spending a moment with yourself in self reflection. I appreciate it more than I can say. I'm gonna try restart my Reddit stream. Well, I'm gonna reboot, not restart, and then let's see if I get my comments back. Hmm. I do believe my comments have been back. We have Goo and F. Martin and Wright and Toast Malost and Salvina and Aunt V. Thank you, beloved friends. It's so nice to see you. Jovan is here as well. Of course, beloved friend. Thank you for joining me. Me and Jovan got to have a beautiful conversation last night. Like, I feel in ways, Jovan, like yesterday was so intense that today has to not be intense. Otherwise, I would lose my mind or something. It's kind of jarring. It's a little bit jarring. It's a desire to feel an emotion we did before and enjoyed, and a hesitation to lean into a pattern of energy that may be attached to negative experiences. Every experience is new, every one is good. This is the way it is, Brother Bear. This is literally the way it is. You know, constantly going through infinity and just finding ourselves in this moment. And if this moment, provides a certain context, I don't even want to say emotion, I just want to say context, right? Like there is this context that you're forming of like, oh, I feel such and so and so, and usually I feel so and so, but now I'm feeling such and such. So na 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 na. And if you can just stop that story, if you could just be like, hey dude, thank you, please shut the fuck up, please. Just for like a little bit and let me be in this moment, uninterrupted. And you can have those moments for a moment, like literally, like, yes, 1 second of not thinking, it's so good. And then it starts, oh yeah, it starts pumping thoughts into your brain again. Down. Feel free to restart it. Not many on Reddit at the moment. Oh wait, no, it's front page already. As it be sometimes, Sovina. Thank you for sharing love, my friend. The cow conversation, the cow convention is off to a great start. Chakratize me, Captain. You've been chakratized, Isaac. The cows are very vocal today. I say, as there's like not a single moo. There we go. Thank you. What if that light isn't accepted? Light doesn't care. Light can only be reflected, Shannon. It can only be reflected or absorbed. I don't think there's any in between. So I'm just gonna say that, right? So if your light isn't accepted, realize that it can only be reflected or absorbed. So if your light isn't accepted, that means that person is just absorbing your light and refusing to give anything back, refusing to acknowledge that there was even light shared. And then in a loving relationship, that light gets reflected back to you. Oh, light? Yeah, I can give you light. Here's light for you. And then are you light for me? No, light for you. And you're like, oh, shoot, more light for me. No, no, light for you. And we can do that. So thank you. Thank you so much for reflecting that light. I see it, Shannon. I genuinely do. Front page didn't last long. It never does, Sovina. It never does. I feel like we hit like a dislike ratio so quickly that it like puts us out of the front page again, allowing us to again be intimate. It's wonderful. Thank you, Savina, for being here with us. It's impossible for that light to be rejected, only altered. They receive the information we give. Sometimes they aren't at a perspective state. They see love. It's still there. It's ceaseless, and it can be absorbed, right? Like you can absorb something and then transmute it into something else. And you can create for yourself a negative narrative with loving light being shared. But you have absorbed it. That light is in you now. It can't be taken away. You can choose to reflect it, you can choose to share it back, but you don't have to. Fortunately, you don't need to do anything, friend. You are already. They might be manifesting darkness, or light still helps our light still helps. It adds an element for their experience that has permanence and it will change. Think about something a parent or a mentor said once. Maybe we heard it the first time. As years go by, the perspective we receive from said words could evolve and give us more and more. Light is eternal. There we go. Light is literally eternal. It's also ageless. Like even though the light that is hitting our planet right now might be 8 minutes old, it has just flown through space for 8 minutes. The actual frequency of light, the actual particle, well, wave plus particle, doesn't age. It has that frequency into infinitum. It can get redshifted, so it can become longer and longer in its tail, if you will, but it does not age. Let's not even get into that. Giovanni, our beautiful friend, how are you? So much love. Thank you, friends. Think of the pattern of energy that is anxiety. We get anxiety before doing exciting things we love, and sometimes things we hate. We must lean to the fact that negative feelings happen everywhere. It allows us to see that negative feelings breeds positive perspective. That's it, Brother Bear. That's where I'm coming from today as well. Hey friends, I'm feeling the peace today, seeing a gentle world. How are yous, Shannon Isaac? Thank you for asking, beloved Jovan. In our darkest moments, sometimes all we can do is absorb, and that's perfectly perfect as well. I'm not trying to demonize any side. The whole point I'm trying to make is just share your light, and your light differs in moments from one moment to the next. The way you share your light is going to be different from one moment to the next, and it's beautiful in that way as well. Like if a movie was just projecting a single beam of light, onto the screen, and that was like the only beam of light that there was, we would sit and be looking at this bright light, projecting to the screen and be like, okay, I think I've had my fill, and then leave. The reason we keep watching is because the light is changing. There is a melting, a morphing, a changing of the light, of the expression of that self. That is why we keep watching. That is the thing we want to see. We want to see the change. We want to see both sides of it. It's just about realizing where we are in this moment, allowing ourselves to actually look. So thank you for being so open to seeing, Brother Bear. Feeling good, calm, hoping for some good weather soon so I can lean into some porch time. I hope so as well, Isaac, because it's still snowing, Brother Bear. Something that's been resonating in my mind, being a loving light amongst those who might absorb it from others, to be an example of goodness that they could be too. This is the way, Jovan. And it's up to every single one of us. It's literally up to every single one of us. No one person is going to be able to illuminate the world. Every single person, right? Like, you can't just switch on one light and then expect there to be enough light for everyone. All of the lights need to be on. We want all of the lights on, and you being on. So like think of it in this, you know, those movies where they have these warning systems, right? So one person lights a lantern, and then that lantern gets seen, and then because that person sees that lantern burning, he knows, oh shit, it's time for me to light my lantern so that I can notify the person that is next that they should be lighting their lantern, that they should be lighting their lantern, etc., etc., etc. And that's what we're doing in these moments. We're lighting our lanterns, we're coming to a place of being awake, and we're sharing that state of awakeness with one another. And in doing so, we are literally illuminating our lives, not only our own, but you know, the ones around us as well, encouraging them to do the same. So happy to hear that, Joe. I'm all right, just feeling a lot, thinking a lot. I'm right there with you, Shannon. Thank you so much for being here with us, nonetheless. I love that, Jovan. I feel like it's what we must do. We know what it's like to be inspired, meaning we can all be inspiring. We are all, when we all inspire, we all thrive. This is the way, Brother Bear. Thank you so much for resonating as well. So, what if in sharing light with a particular person and others causes jealousy in that one particular person? Shannon, are you reading my mind? Are you reading my mind, man? Because I've been going through like, if I had to ask myself questions, I would be asking the questions that you're asking me. That's how I'm feeling right now. I don't know. I don't know, Shannon. Maybe if anything, them being jealous is a good thing, right? It's actually a good thing because it means they see something, they feel something, they notice something that they want or that they don't have. And in wanting that, in seeking light, hopefully they'll find it. So maybe it's a good thing as well. Inspiration would be the passive effect of the soul's nourishment that we can provide for one another. Mm. Inspiration as soul's nourishment. I feel it. Yeah, actually. My soul does feel nourished when I get inspired. So 100% Jovan. Good morning, dear Mariah. Thank you for joining us, friend. Sending so much love to you and your beloved boys. You talking to yourself, maybe. Morning again, man. F. Martin. Brother Ryan, thank you for joining us. It's so nice having you here. I'm in South Africa, Bazooka. First time being early to your stream. Happy Krabby. Thank you for joining us, friend. It's so nice to have you here. Miari to you, Savina. You're thinking too much. Live in the moment. You're right, legitimate oil. You're right. But at the same time, me spending time in this moment inspires me to think about things. You know, so it's this paradoxical, yes, I'm thinking too much. I'm gonna be in this moment. Hmm. This moment. Now I'm thinking about things. Wait a second, I'm thinking too much. I need to be in this moment. This moment. Now I'm thinking about things. I'm thinking too into infinity. Antoni Delano, Grandmaster of Chill to you, right? Thank you for joining me. It's so nice to have you here. Gobbity goo saying gob morning to the Westerners and gob afternoon, memory moor. Melty memory moor. So much love to you, gob. Thank you so much. Memory moor. So, like, moor, the way that you say it is like murder in South Africa. Ek gaan jou moor. Of ek het moord with a D gepleeg. I committed murder. So Melty memory moor just sounds like memory murderer. And I feel like in a way, yes. So thank you, Brother Bay. I'm still resonating with it. But what if they can only find light and happiness in someone else, me, and want all for themselves? The thing that's coming up in my mind, Shannon, is one, you can ceaselessly give your light without it ever running out. Okay? That's one side of the infinity. And then the other side of the infinity is Don't. Even though, sure, you are a ceaseless creator and you have the ability to share light indefinitely, if someone expects you, if someone relies on you being their only source of light, unwillingness to see light in themselves, then you're doing them a disservice. So to think of it as you're helping them instead of just I'm taking care of myself in this scenario, right? Like sharing light and not sharing light, if you will. Thank you for asking that question, Shannon. I appreciate it. Traverse life like a hawk, traverse the sky, listening to the tides of wind, allowing updrafts to soar them higher and plummeting when the air pulls them down towards earth. Do not resist. Something in me feels like it's resisting, Isaac. I feel like I'm resisting, dude. And I am. I actually am, you know? I feel when I feel like this, when I feel a little bit I want to smoke weed, dude, because it makes me feel a little bit it makes it easier, let's say rather, to deal with that feelings. So I'm resisting not resisting. Difficult. Life is sometimes difficult, man. Not sure if that made it easier or more difficult. Both sides of the infinity. I'm sorry, Shannon. I'm sorry, my friend, but I appreciate your perspective, Mel. I love you, Shannon. I I don't know your infinity, exactly, but I notice, similarities of fractal variations within the words that you're sharing with me. So I'm trying to share from that perspective. There is truth in that statement, Shannon. Try to see the love, the light, and the happiness that you need for all lifetimes in your everyday. We do require each other for happiness. We only falter when we put all faith into one individual to hold responsibility of our light and happiness. It's easy to do, it's hard to undo. How true is that? You're like again, these streams are done with the intention of loving you, right? On a very visceral and real level, my goal is to convince you to love yourself, to realize that love is true, that within this world of uncertainties, lies and propaganda and fake news and constant bombarding of nonsense and fear mongering, that throughout all of that nonsense, love is in fact true. And that you are that. You are that truth. You are that love. And the reason we show up every single day is just to remind ourselves of that. Remind ourselves of the truth that's in every single one of our hearts, minds, bodies, souls. You are it, friend. You are that loving awareness. We're empathizers. We want to take care of the world around us and remember, just remember, to hold yourself to the same standard of receiving love from you too. And especially if you feel like someone just absorbing light from you is is becoming draining, right? Like even though your light is ceaseless, you'll still be the light that is you will still be aware and present even if you're being sucked dry. You get to choose. You get to choose how much of that you want to experience. And sometimes we choose to experience more of it than we feel comfortable with afterwards, if that makes any sense. Like you put yourself so out there, you give so much of yourself to someone else. And in the moment, you feel like this is the right thing to do. And then afterwards, you lament or you keep telling yourself stories about that. But again, just remembering that you are infinite, that nobody can take anything away from you, that nothing is yours to keep. Let's say that. Let's finish it. Nothing is yours to keep. This very breath is the only thing that you can hold, and even that you have to return. It is difficult, Shannon, but I know that you're strong too. Please, as Jovan said, be willing to keep yourself at the same standard of love you want to share with the world, and be willing to share it with yourself. Thank you for that, Jovan. I try to remind myself how my favorite people see me, and remind myself that it's important to them that I love me. We love better when we are loved, when we are love. You are loved, loving, lovable, and worthy of love forever. Always. No matter what you've done, no matter what you've thought, no matter what you've experienced, no matter what has happened in your life, you are loved. You are lovable. You are worthy of love. And even if you feel in your current existence, in your current state of being, there's nobody in the outside world that loves you, make it an extra intention to just start loving yourself. Make it a goal. Set an intention. Start loving yourself and see what happens. You'll be surprised. But in loving myself, it is seen as being selfish. You get to be selfish, Shannon. That is also something that the world has convinced us that we're not allowed to do. Like, you do get to be selfish, especially if it's your mental health that we're talking about. Thank you for your perspectives. Thank you for yours, Shannon. Thank you for allowing us a moment to share perspective. So colorful toasties. So much love from a toast below. Thank you, brother Bear. I appreciate that. Merlin Melton Moore. He can't see comments at the moment. I wasn't able to, but I can now. Farting is fun. He says, "Hey bud, what kind of snakes you got there where you live? I love snakes. We have like puff adders. We have black mambas. Those are just snakes that we found in our house, within the last year. We have bruinhuisslangen, like brown house snakes. We have gespikkelde bosslangen. We have Mozambique spoegcobras, Mozambique spitting cobras. We have, I do believe we have pythons as well, like normale leeslangen, pythons. But those are the only ones that I've been able to see myself. Thank you for asking, friend. Would you believe that the same someone, would you believe the same of someone you love? If I decide to take the rest of the day off to rest and relax, you would applaud me. Lean into that for you, friend. You're doing more than enough. Thank you so much, Isaac. I couldn't agree more. Came here to appreciate your Van's comment about holding ourselves accountable. Be willing to love yourself as much as you're willing to love others. Be willing to share as much light with yourself as you're willing to share with others. Aunt B, it's so nice having you here. Thank you for joining us, my friend. I recently realized just how many kinds of snakes we have in East Texas. Are they coming out to play, Aunt B? I hope you're staying safe. Pineapple Cube, thank you for joining us, friend. It's nice to see you again. I need to learn more about them to combat my fear. That's the best way. Like just educating yourself and knowing what snakes do what is the easiest way. Like that's literally how I kind of came over. Like I had a fascination with snakes as a little kid, and my mom bought me this book because I would just be like, "Oh, snake! I'm gonna go and pick that snake up." That was like my reaction as a kid, and then my mom was like, "Bruh, some of these things like murder you if you do that," and I was like, "What?" Excuse me. And she bought me this big book, of all of the native South African snakes. And I could, before picking up snakes, page through my little book and find the snake and see if it's actually poisonous. And that helped. It really did help, just educating myself. Aiden, beloved bear, it's nice to have you here by the way. Hold the standard, walk the walk. Maybe that is someone projecting selfishness, but loving yourself like you love others makes fairness. Love in balance. I love you guys deeply. Javan, thank you so much for sharing your love with us. I couldn't thank you enough. I appreciate it so much. I love you, friend. Allow me to carry any amount of burden for you in any way that I can. You're a light in my life, and I manifest the ability to see the light that you, to see the light you make in yours. Thank you for that, Isaac. This, being willing to share your light, encouraging the light of another. Beloved friend plus brother bear, beloved bear. Exactly that one, Aiden. You are now the beloved bear in my mind, with earrings and all. Wearing like baggy pants but no shirt. That is how you look at my mind now, brother bear. Thank you for joining me. Forgive me when we and others do not, but only if we're learning and trying. Effort and intention are comforting and beautiful. I'm trying to recognize my own light in effort and intention right now, Auntie. And I'm struggling. I'm struggling a little bit. I love Come to the UK, Grass Snake and Others. Yeah. I love when the front page doesn't stay, people sort themselves, and I don't know why, but that comforts me. Yeah, I have theories on B, but it is perfectly perfect no matter what. Oh my way with the feel good remedies for you. I wish. Oh hi, brother. Thank you for joining us, Kira Burb. It's so nice to have you here with us. Hey, Miss Boop. It's been a while. Hello, sister. So much love is being shared. Shelly, we were just talking about you today, my friend. Thank you for joining us. How have you been? I hate autocorrect hides. I love it. Every time that happens, I just crack up. Thank you so much. I needed to laugh. Thank you. Chris Pratt, get yourself a haircut. I'm okay. Thank you, though, Cleve. Glad you're not offended. That's why I love you. Thank you for being you. Forrest is so tries to escape. No. Only hugs for you now. Thank you for those words, Joe. Really, thank you. You are such a beautiful friend. Reflections of you. Right in this moment, instead of just absorbing, just taking, you're choosing to reflect that light back. So thank you for that. We see it, Shannon. We see you, friend. Thank you for showing us your light. Good. Please don't hate your new nickname. I hate that word, but it's clean and fresh now. Nani? Boop? I am confused. Above ground, so can't complain. Waiting for the warm weather to arrive and stick around for a while. Seasonal depression is no jokes. It's true, Charles. I recently learned that you can kind of combat seasonal depression by just intentionally spending time in the sun during your winter months. So I've been doing that intentionally as well. Thank you, Isaac. Love you, Shannon. Thank you, friend. Seems Melty finally has rated comments up. I do, Sovina. Thank you for noticing as well. Back to work, friends. Love to you, Shell. Melty McMelterson. Let's plan a phone call for sometime this or next week. Please, Kira Verb. I've asked you a few times as well. You just have to tell me when you want to call, and I'll add it to the calendar. I would love to, genuinely. Oh, it's currently 12:33 a.m. and I'm still awake, so there's that. You? There is everything. Yes. That too, Pineapple Cube. Just ruined my comments. Sucks. I'm sorry. It's rough. Just karma. I'm happy you're enjoying yourself, communism. Hey, hello Lisa. Thank you for joining us, my friend. So nice having you. You're not on weed boot? Not right now, Kes. Not right now. Like the last time I smoked was last night, and I've wanted to smoke a few times today. Especially with these feelings of, meh. I had a hard time meditating. I I didn't really have a hard time exercising, but I felt like I was a little bit going through the motions. I do enjoy smoking weed, but I need to take a break again. Takes a lot of willpower, dude. Yassi. It's so difficult. I mean, it's difficult because I don't actually need to stop smoking. I don't. I don't need to. I don't need to do anything. But when I choose to do things, that's where the true difficulty comes from. You know, when you when things come easily, when things just happen by themselves, it's nice. And I feel like it's always like smoking weed has become one of those patterns within me of like, yeah, it just comes with itself, you know, like yes, do this step 1, step 2, step 3, have an experience. And that those steps become so ingrained in your habitual patterns of the stuff that you do throughout your day, then when you do these normal things, those patterns, those fractals get elicited. And that's the true difficulty, you know, resisting those patterns more so than resisting the actual compound. Love you all so much as we love you, Auntie. Thank you for sharing this moment with us. It's easy to confuse putting the self first and being selfish, but patterns are what reveal my opinion on what I'm willing to spend time and energy. Then there's boundaries. Perfectly in tune, Auntie. It's crazy. I'm giving each of you a big, huge, warm hug right now. Giving you that hug right back, Shannon. If Melty did a 24-hour Reddit stream, how far do you think he would be behind the comments by the end? Infinity. Sylvina. Probably just infinity behind. Love you all, friends, so much. Thank you, Shannon and Isaac, for always for spreading the love on the YouTubes. And thank you, Aiden, for spending a moment doing the same with the bear. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Potato farmer. Love you all so much as we do you again, Aunt B. I've considered going on another break after I'm done with my current ounce. Interestingly enough, Isaac is going through the same mindset actually. So yeah, there he goes. I have like 2 to 3 grams left. I'll take a break for a while. I think same frequency. So cool. I was like, and I was tripping out about me and Isaac being in that same frequency, and the fact that you're also tuning into that same frequency. I am Aiden. I'm like just like yes, yes, more synchronicities. Meeting the pastor today to go over some readings for the wedding. We're not doing a religious ceremony, but we're doing a tree planting ceremony. That's so cool. I mean, planting ceremony is not exactly rocket science, but do you have the tree with you as you're getting married, and then do you together carry said tree outside and then you bury the tree planting it, or is it like a symbolic thing? Like, there's so many questions. Please do let me know, friend. Do it, Isaac. It'll serve you. Yeah, it will. It really will. It's like waking up in the morning when you have to work, and then weekends you might want to not having to. It's so hard. Yeah, exactly that, brother Bay. You know, and I'm feeling already this fractal being expressed in me, where I want to calm down after the stream, because I feel I've been in this state of tension the entire day, and my mind is like, oh, you can smoke a bowl, calm down, relax a little bit, you know, take my foot off the freaking gas pedal, because like I've not been thinking anything negative even. Like I don't think I've had a single negative thought. I'm just I'm just thinking about too many things right now. You know, even though all of the things I'm thinking about are positive, technically they're positives, but they're future oriented, and I feel maybe thinking about them, there's so much ambiguity and uncertainty and variation and complexity within the fractals of experience that has yet to be had and the people that influence those experiences, that my mind is just a little bit too full right now, unfortunately. Aiden. Aiden, how are you? How's the family? Tomorrow is Earth Day, friends. Do something a little special for our Mother Earth. Putting my hands in the grass. Love you, Mama Gaia. Thank you for everything that you've done. Hmm, it will. I'll probably take another week and a half off. I try to find something that I really lean into when I start a break. I pick another thing to treat myself with, hiking, video games, etc. It's good to channel, you know, that fractal, that usage pattern, that experience of wanting to do a thing and then maybe just redirecting it instead of just sitting with that feeling of, oh, this is something I want to do. It's so exciting. I love the idea of tree planting ceremony. That's beautiful, right? So cool. I'm good. Family is good too. Everyone is all happy and healthy. Aiden, thank you for sharing with us, brother Bear. I wish I could share the lovey bubbles you guys fill me with. For real. You, reading this, you right there, yes, you, bring me life. That's what Jovan just said. You see, I feel it. I feel the, what did your words exactly? The lovey bubbles. So many lovey bubbles popping up in me right now. Great mindset. Literally spend that time with the things that you enjoy. I personally have to keep a little busy. Same. I have to keep busy, but I don't like being busy, Auntie. That's where I find myself right now. Of like, yeah, if I'm busy, then I don't think about all of the nonsense. And then I'm busy, and then I'm like, damn it, now I'm busy. And then I think about being busy, and I'm like, oh man, if I just wasn't busy, and then I'm not busy, and then I'm like, damn it, I'm feeling anxious. I should be busy. Trying to find balance. We're going to one of us spread the dirt, the other water it, a small sapling in a pot, choosing between a couple different options for a symbolic reason. Maybe a bonsai, maybe actually. I like the symbolism though. Planting a seed, having to take daily care of a living organism, all good things to bring into a marriage. It really is that way. It's gonna be work. You know, a relationship only works if people work on it. It doesn't just happen and then, oh, guess we're in a relationship now. Job's done. No, unfortunately not. Jovan, you do the absolute same. I get like an excited pop when the love is really overflowing, absolutely bubbly. I do be dealing the love bubbles and hitting the love whippets right now. Y'all are the best. I'm feeling the love whippets right now. I'm seeing like a little robot that has these round eyes, and within those round eyes are those little like squiggly spirals, like he's dizzy. That's what I'm seeing, Joe Bot. You're not in weed, Heather. Thank you for joining us, friend. I'm happy that you're having such a good time, communism. It makes me so happy about the bay. Love you. Thank you for joining us. And Noah, good morning to you, friend. It's so nice having you here. How are you doing, about the bay? How did 420 treat you? Hmm. So weed makes it easier to not resist. Then with LSD, have more of an effort like resistance. Isn't it even a possibility? I mean, when I smoke bud, I feel there is like an initial resistance that gets broken by smoking it. And then there are these secondary patterns that want to be activated. Like there is this part of myself that wants to snack after having smoked. Parts of me that wants to be entertained, if you will, when I smoked. Parts of me that wants to have a conversation when I smoked. So there are these different parts of ourselves that can get expressed when we do these things, and I feel it would be the same for LSD as well. A bit rusty this morning, and I need to pick up the pace. I'm on the floor in the hallway, stretching right now, and it's really helping. Thank you for taking care of yourself, Auntie. I'm sure, I hope rather, that the Haywire Hill family is all better now. The balance. I have to allow the physical energy out, or it just builds and projects in the wrong direction. Yeah. Yeah. Like, even though I'm trying to get the physical energy out, I feel tired and overstimulated at the same time. Like, I have too much energy, I have too much light, while at the same time feeling like I'm being drained. It's this weird paradox. And balance is it? You're completely right, on B. Get whack! It's been a while, Jackson. Hello, it's good to be back. I've had such a crazy couple of weeks, and I'm glad I've made it through. Happy to see you on the other side of the craziness, friend. You go into a whole fractal, and here you are in this moment with us again. How did it go? What did you learn, friend? Any wisdom that you would like to share with us? This chat is cocaine and I am all of the Fleetwood Mac. I'm guessing that's a band, and all of their band members really partook of the, what do they call it comically? Nose sugar? Nose candy? Snorting something does not sit right with me. Like I cannot even picture myself doing it. Like I'm going to inhale molecules into my nasal cavities. No. Yes, Isaac, everyone except Bob Welsh. I'm Bob Welsh. I'm probably also Bob Welsh. Do you drink tea or something warm? Might help the rest. It really will. You made it though, stronger and more evolved. Thank you so much for being here to share. Thank you for finding yourself here. Isaac. What is it you have been racing through your mind? Little bit of everything, all of the time. Well, I would. Don't reckon my parents would quite agree with me getting up in the middle of the night and making tea, though. You know, like where I'm from, Pineapple Cubed. Where I'm from, I say. In my world, it doesn't matter, friend, if your parents are going to, in your words, agree or not. If you want tea, you make yourself some tea. If people agree or not. If I'm being honest, I'm worried about something going on with someone I love. It's difficult and I don't want to get into it, but that's the gist of it. Pineapple, it's gonna be that way, friend. Pretty much ceaselessly as well. Like where we keep finding ourselves in situations like that where someone we love is going through something, about something going on, or yeah, going through something going on with someone. The difficulty comes in, our want to share light with them. Just killed one of those mosquitoes. Like I already got bit by a mosquito, but then I saw another one. I had to muerto. Using my stairs as a playground again today. Day 3029 of working from home, officially seeing things. Booker Sugar. That was a good one. That's actually a good one. Oh, man. Officially seeing things. Holy shit. Isaac, oh goodness. Oh no, man. Have I not been seeing things this whole time? If I've not been seeing things, what the hell have I been seeing? This is Noah, management, Casey, and all the friends. So glad to share the space with you. So happy to have you here in the space. Aunt B, so much love to you. Like Indiana Jones, Melt. Exactly like Indiana Jones. Lisa. I understand. I stay up worrying too. Please allow your mind to rest. Please. Genuinely, friends. Snakes, I hate them. I woke up to a snake in my bed once. Luckily, it didn't bite me. I woke up to a puff adder coming underneath my door, and Eva woke up and like started barking furiously. But fortunately, she didn't jump down and try and like catch the snake. Otherwise, she would have been in the ground. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's the reality. Damn, Isaac, been working from home for 8 years. Like, I was also curious about the day number, and I was like, shit. Is it just like Isaac being, dramatical? Is that the word? Or has he actually been working that long from home? Either way, you were loved with the day. You can smoke or not. Listen to your inner voice. I love you, Melt. Red, thank you for that. I, I actually appreciate that, my friend. So much love to you as well. Soviet slamming! Hello to you, Fred. Thank you for joining us again. Don't want smoke farts. Oh, how many trees have you buried, Mel? These poor trees. You were meant to plant them, not bury them, bro. Okay, Sofina. You know what? Stretches. Sorvinia. Sofina starts losing her mind. Oh yeah, Mel. Oh yeah. Thank you. You're right. I shouldn't be burying the trees. It would be a little bit of a yikes. I'm just imagining someone like you tell someone you're supposed to plant these trees. You bury them, and then just this person digging like a big ass hole. Like actually burying the entire tree and being like, I don't know why they keep dying. What am I doing wrong? There must be something. Nice looking person. Are you a fugitive? Be honest. I won't tell. No, I don't think I'm a fugitive. At least I haven't done anything illegal. Actually, I haven't done anything illegal. So no, I don't consider myself a fugitive. How about you, XP? Be honest, friend, please. Philosopher classic. Again, thank you, friend. Not so much any wisdom to share, but I am more than grateful to be alive lately, as I was in a situation where I really thought I was going to die. Long story short, the crazy person tried to come into my house with a knife to harm me. I was upstairs and I thought the door was unlocked and I had nowhere to go except to climb at the window and wait for police. Goodness. What the fuck, Jackson? What the hell, dude? Just like, I'm just imagining like Shining vibes, dude. Person starting stabbing your door. I shouldn't be imagining this. I'm sorry, friend. I'm sorry that you had to go through that. I'm happy that you're alive. I'm happy that you are living into this feeling of gratitude for being alive. Like, even though this scenario that you went through might be a big yikes, you come out of it on the other side having this certainty of, damn, I'm happy to be alive. And it might have been a nightmare, but this is the dream, my friend. I love you. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for still being you. Day 476 of what? Hearing? Day 476 of showing up every single day. Goodness, that's an interesting number, huh? That's a lot of numbers. So for 476 days, I have been consecutively showing up for this space, for the ideas we share, for the love we have within our hearts, and showing up to find that love is true. Even if I have to be the expression of that in a day. And I feel today, you friends are the expression of that love. Like, I feel like I might be lacking or limited, but you friends are so abundantly loving and beautifully, present that I know in my heart again that love is true. Thank you for joining us, friend. Melt, me no likey, that feeling. Sorry you're there and so grateful you're sharing that, I'm guessing. On B, we are but experiencers. And if I'm going to pretend like I'm above experiences, then I'm only going to melt. True, Kartha. Thank you for joining me, friend. It's so nice having you here. How are you doing with the bear? We just had like a crazy story. Like, we have a friend who almost got stabbed, dude. Like, a straight up dude with a knife came into his house. He had to climb out of his window and wait for the police. And then after this whole situation got resolved, at least he has this feeling of inside of himself right now that he's grateful to be alive. And I just wanted to share that with you as well, friend. Damn, eyes have been working. Ungodly exaggeration. I started last November. It's basically 3,000 days, dude. Like, essentially, like November, 3,000 days. Am I the drama? Yes. Yes, and you're playing your role so beautifully, Isaac. I'm convinced. I'm like, holy fucking shit, this is Isaac. Like, he does Isaac things, and he walks like Isaac. He smokes joints like Isaac. He marries Jasmine exactly like Isaac would. I'm like pretty sure that's an Isaac. Why Isaac, Isaac? Same difference. Like, I'm very sure. When in fact, that which you actually are doesn't conform to words, doesn't conform to understanding, doesn't conform to narrative. So, dude, you're the drama. Thank you for convincing me, friend. That is a horrific. Puff adders are intense. Oh yes, they are. Just they strike as fast as you blink, right? So just blink in the moment, in the as your lids fall and as they open back up, you have been bitten by something that can murder you. Excuse me, what? How is something that fast dead? In a blink of an eye, like an actual blink of an eye. Today, my mind is like allergic to the possibility of paying attention to my job. I've just been walking around, randomly working out, laying on the floor. Dude, that allergic feeling where you're like, I'll do anything. I'll literally, put pieces of thumbtacks into polystyrene. I'll move this pencil around a little bit here. Hello, Kitty Cat. Ginger just came and said hello. I don't think Ginger has ever been on stream. Hello, Kitty Cutters. He's so old. I think he's like 14 years old. He's gonna take a dump. Thank you, Cut to Cut. I mean, that's just Cat 101. It's like, oh, you're filming me. Scratches the grass, takes a dump. Thank you, Kitty Cat. Freaking dude. When he gets to 666, the world will end. I mean, maybe the world as we know it, Sovina, will end. But you never will, friend. So lean into that. Just feel into that. What an experience. Sending you healing energy, and I'm glad you're here today. Definitely. Thank you for that, Lisa. I appreciate it. Ground Sparkle. It's been a while, friend. It's been so long that I feel I don't have enough attachments to my brain to your username. I hope to see you again, friend. Thank you for joining us. Lisa, love you so much. I did get your last message. I will reply to it later today. I truly appreciate you and your friendship. Thank you so much. No matter how much time goes in between you replying to one another, when you reply and when that person is reading, you find yourself again in this moment. So, in saying that, I apologize as well if you've sent me a message and I haven't gotten to it just yet. Doesn't mean I love you any less. Just means that the love I have for you is there somewhere in the future, and we're going to experience it together when we get there. Thank you. I felt noticeably better these last couple of days, but I was quite the mess for a few days after it. Understandably so. Just the feeling of really believing you're going to die was something else. I've only had that feeling once, but I didn't believe I was going to die as much as I was preparing to die. Which is same, but different. Like, instead of believing, oh, I am going to die, I was like, I've accepted already that I'm going to die. And then I was like rationalizing where I wanted to die. Like, I was like talking to people about where they're supposed to bury me and stuff. And then these people like, what? The fuck? Do you already? What are you talking about? Thank you for being, friend. Thank you for appreciating life all the more. You look like a young weirder L. Yes, Larson. Weird L, Heath Ledger, Chris Pontius, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pratt, Heath. Did I already say Heath Ledger? Heath Ledger, maybe a bit of Kit Harington. Did like an ultimate fusion ha, and here I am, dude. I've had to consume all of their energies, and they want out, but I'm like, nah. I like being super powerful, so they're like straight up tripping out, dude. But here we are, Lars. Thank you for joining us, Fred. It's nice to have you. What the what? You've been keeping him from us. I've not been keeping him. He's just I don't know if he's taking a dump again. He's just very I don't know what he's doing. He just doesn't care. I mean, he's a cat. He's just like, you know, that is what I see when I look at him. He like looks at me and he's just like that that vibe. I'm like, okay, fuck you do that. And then he'll meow at me, and then I'll be like, fine, I'll give you some scratches, and then I do. He'll meow at me if I have a bottle of milk in my hand as well. Then he's like very vocal. He's like, oh wait, hey, that stuff you have in your hand, give it to me. You want this? Meow. Oh, you want this? Yes. Meow. All right. This is what you want? Meow meow. Okay. And I like to sing with him. Like like for the tune in my mind right now is the LOL song. where it goes meow 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 meow. Yes, I summoned myself a Peppy. Power. Flow to me, power. Yes, more. Thank you, Larson. I appreciate you making me a little bit. What's the word I'm looking for? Not. It's not. It's like looking at self-awareness and laughing at it. So thank you for that. You disgraceful betrayal of skitty overlords, lol. I cannot, help them brainwash even more people. Has to stop somewhere. Wow, sorry that happened to you. This is why I keep leaded projectile activating devices in my home. Just send an ambulance. Yes, leaded projectile, leaded, leaded projectile activating devices are efficient. Let me just say it that way. But it is a big yikes, dude. Oh, mush, 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 Thank you for the attention. I'm happy nobody had to die. That's what I'm thinking about, Prizewood. That's what I'm thinking about. But I'm also very pro defending yourself and your loved ones at the same time. But not the topic of today. Thank you, though. I appreciate you, friend. No worries, Shannon. I wanted you to know I'm here if you need me, and that was my intention. And your intention is seen and felt. Thank you so much for that, Lisa. Oh, damn, that's crazy. Glad he is here to tell a story, and glad you were here to tell yours, Cartha. Thank you for sharing your light with us, Brother Bear. Today is a good day. I asked her out, and she said yes. Woo! Yeah, wow! So Cartha like came into stream and he was like, "I'm gonna ask this girl out, and I'm gonna see where it goes." And I was like, "Bruh, do it. Like, go for it. If she says no, then you know she was gonna say no, and then you know." And if she says yes, then you know that she was gonna say yes, and then you know. And it's better to know than to not know every single time. And now you know what you know. And we are getting a dinner and going to an escape room. An escape room. You're gonna go to a room where you'll escape. Is it like one of those rooms where you like beat on things, like you break things to rage room? Escape room. Like if I feel the words escape room in my mind don't fit together. It's like, yes, escape. Getting out of the room. But a room. Please let me know, Cartha. What is an escape room, friend? Dude, yes, she did. That is so fun, man. You're a rock star. You're incredible. Please update us on how it goes. And glad you had a win, friend. You deserve it, Cartha. And now you get to know, friend. You get to spend time with her. You get to see if the idea you had of her is close to the reality of what you will have together. I think it will go well. I shall let you guys know. Please do. Please do, friend. So much love for you, friend. I'm so happy to hear this. 1111 to you as well. Thank you, Aiden. Who's that Pokemon? Oh, he smokes joint like an Isaac. It's gotta be an Isaac. It's like, yep, that's Isaac's way of joint smoking. Right there. Must be. You just see the silhouette. That's the way Isaac smokes joints. Cartha. Synchronicities, Brother Bay. Thank you for being so in tune. Just Dutton on his way. Ginger. Oh, you're saying hi to Ginger. Thank you, friend. Melt just sent me back to the golden age of me. Meow, 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 meow. It's like a puzzle room. You have to escape. Okay, okay. Now, suddenly everything falls into place. You go into the room to escape the room. Yes, now it makes sense. Thank you. That sounds fun. You have to work together, though, right? In order to escape said room. Like, I admire you, Kartha. I really do, friend. You're like, how I'm going on this date, and this date is going to be an experience. How can I know if I can communicate, if I can problem solve, if I can have a proper exchange of this person? Things for like 2 seconds. Let's take her to an escape room. I like it actually, dude. You're going to learn so much about both of you. Have you been to an escape room before? I don't think I have been. So like I'm trying to project my mind into a room where I'm stuck and I have to figure out how to get out. And I just imagine the crazy part of myself just wanting to straight up run through walls, just be like, "Okay, I see there's a door there. If I run in that door fast enough, eventually I will be on the other side of it." But I'm pretty sure that's not how the escape rooms are set up. Thank you for the bay for sharing with me. Now I know as well. I've been seeing 1111 a lot lately. Me too, Shannon. 1111s, 22s, 33s, I think least of all of them. A lot of 34s, a lot of 44s, a lot of 55s, and a lot of 14s. Sending you love, Lisa. Where's Heather? You're in the same place in my head. Mono says, "Hey man, the way you are dressed is like the way people dress there, or is it just your vibe?" I guess it would be just my vibe, friend. People don't necessarily dress like this here in South Africa. I guess the shirts people will dress themselves in, but they won't necessarily wear these melting pants or scarves or anything like that. I'm happy to be dressing the way that I feel comfortable with. How about you, friend? Do you like to dress up? This was my first thought to get a gun, but I'm from Australia where it's very illegal and very hard to get. I bought a baseball bat the very next day. So, like, I was looking at my stick actually, dude. I have a big stick. And I would also rather use my big stick to defend myself than use a firearm. So I'm happy that you got a baseball bat at least, Jackson. I had a true stalker experience that went on over a year, and it really effed me up for a bit. Got the best of me even. On B, and it was supposed to apparently, it was supposed to get the best of you so that you can be the best of you in this moment. And if you didn't have that moment, you wouldn't have this moment. So yes, horrific, but you as the light in this moment of that. So thank you for still being here, for still being you. And then you married him. Sorry, I didn't mean to joke about this. That's funny, Fred. No, please be a little bit comical. That's the way we deal with pain sometimes. By the way, while I missed your dance stream, I went and I watched it. Peppy really enjoyed herself, lol. I'm sure she dances with me at this point, Solina. It's kind of crazy to me. Like, I didn't teach her how to do that, but she does know how to do that. Like, she dances. I mean, how much rhythm there is debatable, but I feel like she's actually dancing because if I just give it to her, like she's allowed to bite it, if you will. Like I was dancing with one of my light whip, she jumps, like she tries to get it when it's out of reach, but when it's in reach, she doesn't want it. So she like wants the beautiful little flickering lights as an encouragement to jump for them. Thank you, Savina. I'm so happy that you appreciate the gift that I was trying to give you. Love. I am assuming this was before Uncle Becky. I would assume he would take care of the situation peacefully. Yes, Uncle Becky would break people's legs peacefully. He would be at peace while breaking their legs. It was a very vindictive and ugly situation with a person that is the parent of my blood relative's little human. So manipulation and all sorts of things came in. No, that is hilarious, friend. Thank you so much for keeping the humor. Thank you, Auntie, for being so open minded and loving to see the same. Oh, I know, my friend. Thank you so much for making sure I know. So much love to you as well, Shannon. Question: ever felt disgusted by other people? other people unwanted positive energy. Asa too. What a what a good question that is. And I hope you're still here to hear my response, even though I feel I don't necessarily have a response other than yes or maybe. And I feel like at the end of the day that is just again an attempt for your ego to separate you. Like it's creating this sense of this positivity you're experiencing is bad, is disgusting, because either you are more positive or you are not more positive, right? So it's like it takes this information on in your external realm, this positivity that person is trying to share with you, and then convinces you that you're separate from that. And that separation is disgusting. So, yes, I have experienced it before, but every single time I do, I just remind myself that love is true. Like, yeah, you're feeling this way, but what is happening in front of you is actually just love. You might be interpreting it in one way or another, but actually, it's just love. So, Asa, thank you for asking that question. It's a wonderful one. It's a fantastic question, friend. I appreciate that so much. We go through it and get much, much stronger, just while others will inevitably bring into our lives what others will inevitably bring into our lives and learning strategies to combat that with peace and calm and laughter. I've been the person that didn't want positive energy, so I have a unique understanding. How do you feel about the perspective that I shared? And I don't want to say it, the answer or the the advice, just perspective that I shared on B. Like if you have a unique understanding, you have a lot of perspective, please do. Right? I'm mindful not to express my dislike for their misplaced positive energy, but I guess it's normal. It's normal, but it's an illusion. It's like everything. It's just like everything. I do believe so too. I am back, Grandmaster of Chill. Work keeps getting in the way. What did I miss? So, Antonio, like I've been streaming for like an hour and like 12 minutes since you left. So let me catch you up quick. We were just having some conversations, friend, trying to share light in any way that we can. Thank you for being back and choosing to share your light with us as well. Melty trying to become the juggernaut from X-Men and just run through the door slash wall, rolling of laughter. Exactly that way. Yes. Just like, yes, I'm gonna be on the other side of that wall. Yeah, melt through it. I kind of like to imagine, instead of having to do it physically, like Juggernaut style, just with brute force running through things, I just imagine myself being extremely calm, like walking with such gentle steps. And then the things that are in my way just like melt out of my way. And then I can just keep gently walking. Steel doors melt away. Gently walking through the world. But at the same time, I just imagine the devastation that would be left behind me. So I don't really think I want that power. So thank you though. I mean, it's cool to imagine, if anything. I always felt bad in that place, so I try not to add any guilt to them. I even offer comfort so they can move on a bit faster. I appreciate when others do that for me. We're so complex on B. We're so complex. Like we have this infinite complexity, and that infinite complexity can be used in these basic of ways. It's like all of these fractal nodes, but where they originate from fundamentally is that separation of like, no, you are not a part of this. You are not this. You are not such and such. You are so and so, and that other thing is so and so. And it's nonsense. Don't believe it. Don't let yourself believe it. Mel just sent me back to Gold Games. So high for this weekend. Thank you for pushing me to do the things I want to do. I almost backed out last minute, but I forced myself to ask because everywhere I looked, it told me to go for it. Maybe you were onto something with Pronoia. Here we go, Kartha. Yes. Kartha is beginning to believe. I feel like I'm Morpheus, with my sick glasses, watching Neo, starting to dodge bullets. Dodge them bullets. Kartha, you can, Brother Bear. The universe is conspiring to help you. Not to get you down, not to ruin you, but to help you, Brother Bear. I look forward to hearing you, constantly living into this energy and just seeing life open up to you, Brother Bear. Genuinely. I'm honored to be sharing this journey with you. I dig your streams, man. But how does one love everybody, everything? So, the way that I think about it, puzzled woodpecker, is that on the most fundamental level, you are divinity. You are spirit, you are consciousness, you are awareness, you are soul, you are God. That's that one. People get a little bit tense because, oh, I'm separate. How could I be God? Right? And then you experience that godness within you, that divinity, that consciousness, that awareness, that presence within you experiences a human experience. And that human experience has biases, right? Like, if I walk into a cactus field, that is going to be not nice for my ego, for my humanness, because I'm going to get a bunch of thorns sticking into my skin. And because of that, I am not necessarily going to love the experience of walking through these cactuses. But realizing that soul, the observer, is the thing that fundamentally loves all things. You, as soul, you, as the observer, loves. That is what you're here to do. And you love things so much that you don't discriminate. If you're experiencing the worst shit ever, the worst person ever, the worst circumstance ever, you are just as conscious, just as present, just as there in that moment as you are if you're experiencing love or beauty or, add your good thing here. And it's that soul within you that loves things so much that it will experience all of it, and just trying to identify with that side of yourself. I'm not saying that you not loving everything is you failing, but realizing that you are this soul, you are this spirit, you are this, divinity experiencing humanity allows you to love things easier. Not necessarily with 100% efficiency, but it makes it a little bit easier. Thank you, Prize Woodpecker, for asking that question, my friend. I really appreciate it. Mm, 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 mm. Worst case, I'm sure we have a great evening and things go back to the way they were. Either way, it was a step, and I had to. It was a step I had to take, and a step implies stairs, so we climb from here. Brother Bear, you are so in tune. Like I don't even have to say anything because you know, and it makes me happy to know that you know, Brother Bear. Thank you for climbing those stairs. And as you're saying, like you have so I like to think of these things in the context of evolution. Now, you literally evolved. You were in a state of being, in a state of existence where you felt, I can't ask this person out. How could I? What if they say no? How, like, sorry, as to why you shouldn't do it. And you have melted through that wall, and you have now transcended. You have gotten to the other side of that. You are no longer the same person you were before you made that decision to believe in yourself. And now you can't go back, dude. It's been done. You have evolved, Gartha. You can just continue evolving at this point. I just want to hang out on the sunny, grassy meadows. I love you so much, dude. We are, and we will. It's just a matter of time. You got this, friend. Right, Isaac? It's windy AF here. Come to South Africa. Even though by the time you get here, it's going to be cold here as well. You'll be like, damn it, Melt. Damn it. We were promised warmth. So much love to you, friends. I'm glad I caught it in time. I'm glad you were here, friend. Thank you so much. I cannot love everyone or everything. I tried and I felt failure for feeling darkness at times. You see? That's your ego. I'd be convincing you, because you failed loving everything, it means that you can't. It means that you're incapable of loving things. No, it's just your ego trying to catch its breath again, being like, oh, look, I have this little data point. Now I'm going to convince you you're separate again. No, stop. Treat that in my opinion. Really, never seen you dog him. Please, please help me. I'm glad I caught it in time. Both be mine. Hello to you, David Burke. It's nice to see you again, friend. How have you been? Victims of autocorrect are not discriminated against. Melt is the Elon Musk of love. Ooh, ooh, that is my heart, friend. Thank you for that. You truly are rich, my friend. Thank you. I'm so happy to be sharing that richness, friend, that light. That was what this whole stream was about. Sharing your light, and in doing so, equipping, empowering, encouraging the ones around you to share their light as well, friend. And if I wasn't willing to share my light, you wouldn't be willing to see my light. You wouldn't be willing to reflect that light back to me. And in reflecting it back to me, you're showing me that you are but a mirror to that which I am, that which you are, beloved friend. So thank you so much for that. I love that perspective, Melt. As humans, I have difficulty being disgusted and even personally offended, even though it's obvious they were offended. Even personally offended, even though it's obvious they were offended. Getting offended because others get offended. I feel I might get offended when others get offended as well, Oddly. So it's something that we have to learn. Again, just because we've experienced these moments of not being that, it's not about being the perfect being. It's about being willing and being present with yourself in a moment by moment basis. If you do something that is not aligned with love, I can guarantee you, you are going to let yourself know about that. You're going to be like, that thing I did wasn't really aligned with love. And just being willing to admit that to yourself, being willing to evolve in that way, ceaselessly and constantly, you are becoming the person that you think you are. The person that you think you can be, the person of light, the person of love. And just because you falter, because you have moments of not loving everything, doesn't make you not that. It just shows you that you are infinity. You have literally the capacity of everything within you. It's gray, cold and rainy here, but my mind is sunny. That's what matters. You are what matters in this moment, Isaac Brother Bay. So thank you for mattering. Literally mattering, dude. Are the snakes out when it's cold? No, fortunately they're going back home. Melt, have heard, did you say a snake was coming in from under your door? Sounds like a nightmare. I woke up from it like it was a nightmare, interestingly enough. Like I woke up and then it was just this snake in my room. So I was like, holy shit, is this real life? Probably more in the house then. I was like worried about that as well. Like if they're gonna get cold, they're gonna maybe try and seek heat, but hopefully there's enough space around us so that they have space to do their own things. Same here, Isaac, but with wind. But inside, I feel the sunshine that is behind those clouds emanating from your core, friend. You as the being of light. And you're literally emitting light as well. Like even on a unironic level, you as a human being emit light. Go and Google it. It's very faint. We can't see it with our normal eyes, but it's so cool. With that awareness, I try to accept that I cannot help the situation and reserve my energy out of the way. This is the way. David Burke says, I've been very meh as of late. How about you? I've been pretty meh today as well, friend. Like, I had a very meh day. I still did the things. I still exercised. I still ate a good meal. I still did my homework, like got my conscious work done. So, even though I've been feeling meh, I'm still showing up, friend. I'm still trying to share light. Thank you for showing up and for sharing light in the exact same way. The dog is like taking smoking schmack. I gotta start watching more of these streams cause I'm such a downer lol. David, you do you, brother Bear. That is my encouragement. Whatever it is you feel you need to be doing, that is your truth. And I won't ever tell you to do anything other than your truth. Thank you for joining us here today. Same here, Isaac. Oh, not one. It's rainy here too. I'm not too far from you, Isaac. My hair is creating a frizz ladder to the heavens. Like Johan, that is some imagery. I'm just imagining like your hair, like having these sections, and then these different sections are like stepping. You just have like this almost like stadium of hair. Thank you for that. It's beautiful. I screen grabbed that one, Mel. That was a golden comment. Phew! Thank you. Please do post it on the comments or the heart melt comments on the Discord if you'll be willing to. Thank you, Aunt B, so much, my friend, for being willing to see the beauty in these comments as well. It's okay. Just try to take care of yourself. But I am a perfect being. Perfect. You know, within infinity, there's no such thing, Sovina. That's the joke. Literally, because there is such a thing as infinity, there cannot be such a thing as perfect. Can I get a Discord link, please, David? Like, if you go onto my profile, you'll see there's a little Discord button there as well that you can click and then it will, like, be an invite. But if one of the friends would be willing to send you an invite on a direct message, that would work as well. Thank you, Mel, for knowing. I would be willing to tell myself that I am living out of love and back to it. I'm happy to be in the position, if you will, on B to reflect that back to you as well. Because I see it in myself, you know, and I feel I genuinely reached a point of understanding with inside of myself today again with this willingness of the ego to pretend when like you're like this bright shining being, you know, like light, love, compassion into the world. And then like you stop you cease for a moment and you're like or you're like or you're like and then your ego is like what's that? Was it angry? Were you? Guess you're not divine. Guess you're an asshole. Guess you're an actual piece of shit. No other way around it. Sorry, you know, job's done. We've found the information, but no, that ego. Sit down. You're not just this experience. You are the experiencer, the one that gets to experience. Fun fact. We emit the most light around 4 p.m. I didn't know that, so now I do. Thank you for letting me know, David. I hope you have the Discord link now, friend. I'll join for sure, but I can't guarantee I'll be hugely active. I can almost guarantee you that I won't be, friend. Like I feel I have just too much going on in my life right now and in my mind that if I had to be as active as I would like to be on the Discord, I would just, you know, have already gone crazy. There's like these bugs keep getting in my water. I think they're thirsty or something, and they just drown them. Oh, everyone didn't drown just yet, but if I wasn't here, they would drown themselves. Is this real life? Or is it just a fantasy? Caught in a landslide, no escape from reality. Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy. 'Cause it's easy come, easy come. Little high, little low. Every way the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. To me. Pippi came running out when I started singing again. Hi, Pippi Kiss. How's your Pippi nose, doggy? You like it when I sing? Thank you. I like you too. Song lyrics, Aunt B. Mel to sit the first bit. Oh, that's beautifully complex. Wait a second, did I miss some of them? The I believe that is Bohemian Rhapsody, right? Like one of the songs that I actually know the lyrics to. I'll join for sure. Again, thank you, David. On B, tagging the Meltmore Patreon. How nice is that of Aunt B to do that? So, friends, we do have a Patreon, and this Patreon, you know, like the way that I've been brought up is very much in this mindset of you're unworthy. You know, like you don't. Who are you to think you deserve anything? You know, that's kind of like how I grew up. Like, who are you to order a meal that is $1 more expensive than mine? Who are you, huh? Who do you think you are? Type of vibe. So because of this bias in me, it's been so difficult for me to accept any help, to accept any financial support in this journey. And I was like reeling, I was like thinking, like, what can I do to justify? What can I do to feel like I'm not taking from someone, that I'm earning, I'm worthy of getting a Patreon supporter. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to create daily works of art. So this outfit that you see right now, I'm going to take this outfit and I'm going to fold it into a flower. And these flowers follow a sequence of like between 1 and 9. Today's flower is going to follow tri geometry. So it's going to be a triangle in the middle of it. And I get to make flowers of infinity. I get to make flowers that would have been somewhere in infinity, but never was until our infinity. And I get to be in this moment of the infinity, the expression thereof. And you can see all of these works that I make for as little as a single dara. I mean, $1.11 to be exact, but 1 month, $1.11, and you get 30 works of art a month or so. That sounds like a steal to me, huh? Mm? Okay, I'm done. Thank you. Thank you just for being here, friend, for spending a moment, for feeling with me. Yes, Melty, and beautifully snug. Yeah, she is. Came and lied under my scarf as well, actually. Hmm? Sweetened. She's such a little sweetheart. Like, she just absolutely brings joy into my life, into the lives of others. Like, dogs. Maybe just to finish this stream off with this last point, we were talking about sharing our light. And in doing so, we encourage, equip, empower others to share their light as well. And just think about how dogs have the power to do that as well. Like, if a dog shares their light in an environment, everybody will talk about that. Like, a dog does something cute, and there's a bunch of people standing around the dog. Suddenly, light gets inspired in every single one of those beings. I'm like, oh, it's so, oh, look, oh, it makes me think of this thing, or I wonder what she's thinking, or I wonder, what my dog is doing at home, or etc., etc., etc. These little beings, even the birds, the trees, the sun, when you share your light, you equip, you enable, you empower others to do the exact same. I want to live in a world of light. I appreciate you, friends, for being proponents of that, for being the expression of light in this moment and on this day. Oh my goodness. 14 update. It's been a minute since I launched Discord. That's a lot of updates, too. Thank you for being here with us. Sung, not snug. Beautifully sung. Oh, thank you for that as well. Like, in my mind, maybe that's why. Like, I couldn't even for a second think that something was beautifully sung. Thank you so much, Sabina. Oh man, I feel that too, Melt. I'm so proud of and thankful for you, Aunt P. Thank you. Mirrors, right back to you, as in you sang, rather than snuggle the pup. I get you, Sofina. Thank you, friends. Thank you for sharing your light with me today. I appreciate it more than I can say, but I'll try to say it again tomorrow. So I'll see you on that side. Love to you. Have an amazing day, friend. Let's see if I missed one. More is all right. Okay, I think I maybe missed your comment. Sorry, Kartha. If you're still here, I do hope you are. Oh, Javan, I feel you. My afro continues to grow. The bigger the hair, the closer to heaven. That's the way, brother. Literally. My program is a boot loop. I want to share the Discord link, but I can't access Reddit. That's it. I'm contracting IT. Contracting IT. I love that. I'm contracting IT. Contacting IT. I want to think of it contracting, like I'm gonna, like it's a sickness. Let me get some of that IT in me so I can figure it out. Thank you, Jovan, for trying. I appreciate your love so much. Here comes salesman Melt. The salesman cap fits when it needs to. Thank you, Sofina. I appreciate you being a supporter. Kartha, Jovan, like unironically, you friends are like the supporters as well, and I cannot thank you enough. I'm thinking of getting a tattoo for my birthday maybe. It's next week. And I was thinking my birth time, 222, and maybe a Meltmore logo. As you said, I've evolved. I think at its core, that's what melting more is all about. Yeah, I'm here chilling, dude. Like, you're gonna get my tattoo that I want before me. I encourage you to, because I want it as well. You know, like, actually, it's on this phone. I have a whole list. I have a whole list of what Meltmore means to me, and consciously evolving is one of them. So the fact that you're doing that, and the fact that you want to commemorate that, it's an infinity symbol, you know. So even though, yes, it is the my Meltmore symbol as well now, and I feel like I almost happened into it, like I didn't even know it was there until it showed itself to me. The fact that you are willing to see it, Gartha, the fact that it was there for you the whole time as well, and that now you can actually see it, and I'm not the only one seeing it. It boggles my mind. Like, what? Like, look at this. Here's another little infinity symbol that I just noticed. Like that, just everywhere, every freaking where. So thank you, my friends, for being the expression of infinity. Again, there is infinite possibility, and from that infinite possibility, you, as the expression of that infinite. It's so freaking crazy. I love you, friends, to bits, toodles, to you. Thank you, my friend. Love you all so much. Love you, Shannon. Thank you for allowing yourself to share your light. We appreciate you so much. Hey, we all happened into this life, right? We did. We did, and here we are. Just trying to figure it out day by day. Maybe I should wait for you to get one, though. It would be cool to get one, though, for sure. But the bay, I'll encourage you to. 100%, you know, like, just even if it's just a normal infinity symbol, seeing it and just reminding yourself, I am infinite. I am both sides of the infinity. I am masculine and feminine. As above, so below. I am the transformative power of the butterfly. I am the passing of time through the hourglass. I am. Like, Meltmore means so much to me. And one of the things that I feel it really, resonates with, at least in myself, is this reminder. Like, that's Meltmore is more than just a name to me at this point. It's a reminder of, like, hey, how about you melt more? Thank you, Fred, for melting more with me today. I appreciate you so much for your conscious evolution in this moment, and I look forward to continuing again with you tomorrow. Have an amazing day, friends.